King Solomon was known for his incredible wisdom. His name has become synonymous with wise and fair judgment. He ruled over Israel with understanding and justice, ensuring that his people lived in harmony and prosperity. His reign was a time of peace and prosperity, a golden age where the nation flourished under his wise leadership. Solomon's wisdom was a gift from God, a divine blessing that set him apart from other rulers of his time. When Solomon became king, God appeared to him in a dream, offering him a unique opportunity to ask for anything he desired. God asked Solomon what he wanted most in life, a question that would reveal the true nature of his heart. Solomon could have asked for anything from immense wealth to unparalleled power. He could have asked for wealth, amassing treasures beyond imagination, power to dominate his enemies and expand his kingdom, or a long life to enjoy his reign. But Solomon asked for wisdom, understanding that it was the key to being a just and effective ruler. He knew that wisdom was the most important thing in life, more valuable than riches or power. With wisdom, he could rule his people fairly, making decisions that would benefit everyone. He could make wise decisions that would lead to the prosperity and stability of his nation, and he could lead his nation to greatness, ensuring a legacy that would be remembered for generations. God was pleased with Solomon's request, seeing the purity and selflessness in his heart. He gave Solomon wisdom beyond measure, a gift that would make him the wisest man who ever lived. People came from all over the world to hear Solomon's wisdom, traveling great distances to seek his counsel. He was respected by both the rich and the poor, his wisdom bridging the gap between different classes and cultures. Solomon's wisdom is still relevant today, his teachings and proverbs offering guidance in our modern world. We can learn a lot from his life and his writings, drawing inspiration from his pursuit of wisdom and justice. In 1 Kings chapter 3, verses 5 through 14, we read about God's offer to Solomon. God said, "Ask what I shall give you." Solomon's response is in verse 9, "Give your servant an understanding heart to judge your people, that I may discern between good and evil." Solomon recognized that true leadership requires discernment. He understood that wisdom wasn't just about knowledge, but about applying knowledge with righteousness. This choice pleased God, who granted Solomon wisdom, wealth, and honor. Solomon's reign was prosperous because it was built on a foundation of godly wisdom. His wisdom attracted leaders from all over the world, seeking his counsel and marveling at his insights. The Queen of Sheba herself traveled to test Solomon with hard questions, and she was left in awe of his wisdom and the prosperity of his kingdom. Solomon's wisdom was not just for his time, but has been passed down through generations, offering guidance and insight even today. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6 tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths." Solomon, through Proverbs, teaches us the importance of trusting God. We shouldn't rely solely on our limited understanding. Instead, we should acknowledge God in everything we do. When we trust God, he promises to guide us and make our paths clear. Trusting in God's plan means surrendering our worries and fears to him. It involves seeking his wisdom through prayer and scripture. By doing so, we open ourselves to his divine guidance and peace. Remember, God's plan is always for our good, even when we don't understand it. Trust in him, and he will lead you to a path of righteousness and fulfillment. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 reminds us, "For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven." Solomon in Ecclesiastes reflects on the cyclical nature of life. There are times for joy and times for sorrow, times for planting and times for harvesting. Understanding this helps us navigate life's ups and downs. We learn to appreciate each season and find meaning in the journey, knowing that God has a purpose for every season. Each phase of life brings its own lessons and growth. Embracing these moments allows us to live fully and with intention. As we journey through the seasons of life, we find peace in knowing that every moment is part of a greater plan. Section 5. Seeking wisdom in a noisy world. In today's fast-paced world, finding wisdom can be a challenge. We're bombarded with information, opinions, and distractions, yet the pursuit of wisdom is more crucial than ever. Just as Solomon sought wisdom from God, we too can seek wisdom through prayer, studying scripture, and surrounding ourselves with wise counsel. When we prioritize seeking wisdom, we make better decisions and live more fulfilling lives. Wisdom helps us navigate the complexities of life, offering clarity and direction. It allows us to discern truth from falsehood and make choices that align with our values. In a noisy world, wisdom is the quiet voice that guides us to peace and understanding. Section 6. The power of trust in difficult times. Life isn't always easy. We face challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties. It's during these times that trusting in God becomes even more critical. Solomon, despite his wisdom, faced his share of trials, yet he consistently turned to God for guidance and strength. When we trust in God, we find solace in knowing that He is in control, even when life feels chaotic. Trusting in God also means trusting in the community He has placed around us. In difficult times, we can lean on each other for support and encouragement. Solomon often sought the counsel of others, understanding that wisdom can come from many sources. By trusting in God and the wisdom of those around us, we can navigate even the toughest of times with grace and strength. Section 7. Navigating life's changes with grace. Change is inevitable. Just as Solomon experienced different seasons in his life, we too will go through periods of transition and change. Embracing these changes with a positive attitude and a willingness to adapt is essential for growth. Solomon's writings remind us that change, though challenging, can lead to new opportunities and blessings. By trusting in God's plan and seeking His wisdom, we can navigate life's changes with grace and resilience. Solomon's wisdom teaches us that every change, no matter how daunting, carries the potential for growth. By embracing change and supporting one another, we can find strength and joy in every season of life. Remember, with faith and wisdom, we can face any change with grace and emerge stronger. Section 8. Solomon's enduring legacy. Solomon's legacy extends far beyond his reign as king. His writings, particularly Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon, continue to inspire and guide people centuries later. These texts are not just historical artifacts, they are living documents that speak to the human condition. These books offer timeless wisdom on topics such as faith, relationships, leadership, and the meaning of life. Solomon's insights into the human psyche and his profound understanding of life's challenges make his writings incredibly valuable. Solomon's words resonate with people from all walks of life, offering practical advice and spiritual insights that are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. Section 9. Learning from Solomon's mistakes. Despite his great wisdom, Solomon wasn't perfect. In his later years, he allowed himself to be led astray by the influences of his many wives. He began to worship other gods, turning away from the one true God who had granted him so much. Solomon's story serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that even the wisest among us can fall prey to temptation and stray from our faith. It highlights the importance of remaining grounded in our beliefs and seeking God's guidance throughout our lives. By reflecting on Solomon's mistakes, we can learn to avoid similar pitfalls in our own lives. His story encourages us to stay vigilant and committed to our spiritual journey, no matter the challenges we face. In doing so, we can strive to live a life of wisdom and faith, just as Solomon once did. Section 10. Applying Solomon's wisdom today. The lessons we learn from King Solomon are timeless. His wisdom, recorded in ancient texts, continues to inspire and guide us. His life teaches us the importance of seeking wisdom, trusting in God, and embracing life's changes. Solomon's story is not just a historical account, but a source of profound life lessons. We can apply these lessons in our daily lives by making wise choices. Just as Solomon chose wisdom over wealth and power, we too can prioritize wisdom in our decisions. Let us prioritize making decisions based on godly principles rather than worldly desires. This means seeking guidance through prayer, reflection, and studying sacred texts. Trusting God's plan. When life throws curveballs and we face unexpected challenges, let us remember to trust in God's plan, even when we don't understand it. Solomon's faith in God's wisdom can be our anchor. Let us remember to trust in God's plan, even when we don't understand it. This trust can bring peace and clarity in times of uncertainty. Embracing change. Instead of fearing change, let us approach new seasons with a positive attitude. Change is a constant in life, and Solomon's adaptability is a lesson for us all. Let us approach new seasons with a positive attitude. seeing them as opportunities for growth and new beginnings, seeking God's guidance and purpose in every situation. By applying these principles, we can navigate life's complexities with a sense of direction and purpose. We can live lives filled with purpose, meaning, and the enduring wisdom of King Solomon. His teachings remind us that wisdom, faith, and adaptability are keys to a fulfilling life.